This is our final submission for SIT313 Assignment 2, and this is our Note Taker Plus application. The group contained 3 members: Daniel Maloney, who was a developer, Bethany Smith, also a developer, and Ashley Pinch, who was the project coordinator. The concept for the Note Taker Plus application was to build an app that allowed users to be able to easily keep track of notes or tasks that needed to be completed, and to have a very simple interface without some of the complexities that you would find in other apps in this area. So the target audience for this app is users who are looking for a simple app that allows them to keep track of tasks that they need to complete without the complexity of other apps in the same space. People who are short on time benefit from this app, as it allows them to very quickly view tasks, check them off as completed, and see tasks that have been completed. The app is also beneficial for those who have difficulty with more complex applications, as it's a very intuitive and simple to use application, and I believe more or less anyone would be able to use it. The value of this application, as opposed to other competitors, is that it's incredibly snappy and it's incredibly quick and easy for people to use. The space for these types of apps is quite crowded, and I believe that Note Taker Plus differentiates itself by being very easy to use and has no initial setup required, and anyone is able to use it with very minimal practice or knowledge of apps. The crowded nature of the market can make pricing these apps quite difficult, as users are often quite reluctant to purchase these types of apps, particularly when there is a wide range of free alternatives available. So because of this, monetization would actually need to come from ads. These ads would need to be very unobtrusive, to not ruin the simple look and feel of the application. Custom icon for the app. Okay, so here we have a list of tasks that a person needs to complete. You can see it's a very simple and clean layout that's easy to use. So from this screen, you can mark a task as completed in one of 2 ways. You can highlight and press the tick, and you can see it'll be removed, or you can click on the checkbox directly. It's then possible to go to the completed notes screen, and you can see all the notes that have previously been completed. It's possible to reinstate a note or task if needed by just highlighting it and pressing marking complete. It will then be back on the main screen. So each note's able to have a due date, and it can also be assigned to a parent task. So by marking it as due, we'll set it as a previous date, and we'll submit that change. So you can see now it's red because we've actually gone past the due date for that task. Now if we just add a new note, and we want to now attach that to a new parent. So you can see that's actually added that as a subtask, and that's been indented in the list. There's also the ability to do a hard delete of tasks by just pressing remove. That note is now gone. differences in the appearance, we decided to use a lot of Android's native controls and iOS's native controls. The color scheme and overall UI is consistent between the two. You can also see here that a lot of attention went into ensuring that the lists are refreshed dynamically as changes are made, and the collections maintain consistency with one another. So if I was to mark this as complete, you can see it will be removed immediately and it's been added onto here, and vice versa. If I was to mark this as incomplete, you can see it's gone back here. And actually changing the text for a note will also cause it to update the collection. There were three core areas of feedback that we were provided from the designs we put forward. The first of these was the app was praised for having a very simplistic appearance and being easy to use. We decided that this needed to be a core tenet of the application, and this became a cornerstone for how the app was designed. Some of the buttons were flagged as being a bit unclear as what they would do. We selected our icons very carefully to make sure that they would be very clear, as we didn't want text to be cluttering up the screen and taking away from the simple design. The order of the list was also flagged as being unclear. This was an oversight in our initial design, and it's very, very clear when you're actually using the app what the order is. So here you can see our resources that we used during the creation of the app, our GitHub repository, which is where all the code is stored, our Trello board, which is where our sprints and the features and all that information stored, and then our retrospective Trello board, where you can see each team member's retrospective on the project.